hiyo ni umama, or wanaume wafai kulia. Ingine ni mwanaume ni kukaa ngumu. So these are the kind of words that we hear in our society today when we are talking about men and their mental health. Wanaume wakipitianga shida fulani, unasikianga wakiwa wanashatiwa down, unaambiwa we mwanaume ni kukaa ngumu, mwanaume ni kuvumilia, and all those kind of things. So as we know, we are in June, and June is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, and that is what we'll be talking about today. There are those pressures, silent battles that men go through in our everyday life, and in most cases they never get a chance to talk about it. Inakuanga ile like the bottle up feelings, and they never talk about it. Na si we know vile unaendelea kufungililia shida zako and whatever you're going through, you can result into getting depression, anxiety, and so many other mental health challenges. So today we'll be talking about mental health. My name is Deborah Marege. I'll be your host, and this is Youth Council TV. And today in our studio, we'll be having a guest who will introduce himself and tell us at length what he does, and then we'll jump right into the video. Stay tuned. Karibu sana our visitor. Tell us your name, and then you can tell us what you do at length.
My name is Andrew Kenta Mutugi, and I'm the founder of the Friends of the Universe Climate Change Adaptation Society, and I also do electronics systems because I'm an electronic engineer.
Oh wow.
I also mentor men under a program in my church that is Change and Live.
Change and Live.
Yes. And that's what I've been doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. You've talked about being the founder of Focus. Maybe you can tell us what Focus does and your achievements, your goals, strategic plans, and then now you can tell us about how you do mentor men, and then we'll connect into and join into the video.
Okay. Focus, or the Friends of the Universe Climate Change Adaptation Society, is a climate serving organization under the Environment and Climate Change Sector Working Group.
Okay.
And it's a youth serving organization, and we have been working on adaptation, climate change adaptation, that is giving innovations and solutions on the effects of climate change and global warming. So we have been working on capacity building programs for the youths, that is on sensitization and creating awareness, and also what we call innovation, incubation and development. And we have also been working on what we call forest cover restoration and mangrove restoration. Mangrove has a serious element of what we call marine conservation and marine ecosystem protection.
Okay.
So why Focus chose to go on this route is that we realize that there's a lot of issues with degradation on our ocean, the ecosystem around our ocean, and we also realized also because of patterns of what we call drought and the patterns of flooding, then we have serious forest cover losses and also human activity. Basically, you understand that the infrastructure development has also affected in a way issues of what we call desertification. So we intentionally ventured into that art, and so far we have been able to at least do like 50,000 mangrove along the coastal line, that is Kilifi, Mombasa and Kwale counties. Our coastline is around 600 kilometers, and we have only around 64,000 mangrove. So the people that are around that area of the blue economy and issues of blue carbon, they are working towards now getting to a level where we have like around 200 hectares of mangrove. So so far so good, and we have partners from across the tourism sector, from across the communities around the coast, and it has been a success. We have also been able to train approximately 20,000 young people on issues of marine conservation and marine ecosystem protection, and also on forest cover restoration, and also issues on climate change adaptation. On my personal venture, I also concentrate much on what is called security systems, that is CCTV systems, and issues of giving solutions to maybe management, that is program management, where it involves employing maybe backups and ensuring that whatever people are doing is well secured. Where we even employ issues like biometric accesses and stuff.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, that is really impressive. So, do you guys have any upcoming activities? Naona ni kama mko na mafo mingi sana.
Yeah, this year we have done Dongokundu. We did Dongokundu mangrove restoration in partnership with the Rotarat, with the Mombasa Rotarat. And we also did Nanyuki during the Easter. We had a sustainable travel. Wow. Using the train. You have seen the government now.
Yes, yes.
Is also working on the same. I've seen they are doing it in Nyahururu.
Yes.
And in 1 week we'll be in Kwale at Shimoni. We'll be doing mangrove restoration in partnership with the Maritime Authority. And we have like 3 programs that are upcoming.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, kuna youths wengi wanaweza kuwa nataka kuwa involved in such activities. How can they get involved? Na wanawezaje, how can they join Focus?
Through our strategic partners that are on the social media. Every time we have an activity, we also share it with the National Youth Council. Okay. Youth in Tourism and Conservation is a new program under the State Department of Tourism. And also because we are on the sector working groups that have been consolidated by the National Youth Council, and we have networks through the social media, we are able to give that information to them. Yeah. So guys, si umesikia, ukitaka kujoin, you just follow the things that he has said. Sisema tu kukwambia. So today we'll be talking about men's mental health, and I'm actually glad that you relate to the youth. Najua penye mnaendanga hizo maform huwa mna interact na youths, and now that we'll be focusing on men today, you said kwa introduction that you do focus on men's mental health and coaching and all. So that will be our focus today. Okay. So as we start, maybe we can start with maybe what you understand by mental health, men's mental health, though at least to go on the same page. Okay, for me, when you talk about mental health, is the sanity of a man or the well-being of a man, and it involves so many things. It involves his social, his economic, and his what do you call it, even political. Yeah. Okay. Because most of the things that we have in the society, they are either social, economic, or political. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So when you talk about the mental health of men, then you have to ensure that in all those spheres, and also you forgot spiritual. Oh yeah, by the way, yes. Yes. You also need they also to be in tandem with one another. Yeah. Okay. Yes. So according to you, mbona wanaume huwa wananyamazia shida zao? Is because of the expectation. Is too much expectation from the society and responsibilities. Because for instance, if we talk about a young person that is looking forward maybe to become a father, maybe to become a business owner, maybe to become a fiancé, or to become a husband. You see, there is what the society has already put as the SI unit,
Yeah.
or maybe the marking scheme.
Yeah.
And if you don't meet that threshold, then it's like either you are not equal to the task, or you are not a man enough.
Yeah, they use that word a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
So, what are ways in which you can identify a person, a man, that is going through mental health challenges?
One is behavior change. Maybe if a man was cheered up, or was motivated, and all of a sudden you realize that there are some changes in terms of his conduct, then you need to reach out. Because probably that man might be struggling. That is one. The other one is also indulgement in substance abuse, and mostly alcoholism. And you find that these people now, they are not doing it in the ordinary way, like it's having fun, but now they are over-indulging on it. And the other thing is anger. You find people having suddenly what we call behavior change, where they are either very angry or very quiet. So with those, you can be able to detect that there is something that is not right. The other one is relationships, where you find they don't want to relate with anybody, and maybe even on phone, they will be on silence, maybe throughout the day. Somebody that was even on the social media, and maybe was even making some posts, then all of a sudden, he's not commenting, he's not updating his status, then you realize there must be a problem.
Okay. But unajua sasa, wanaume wengi mko unpredictable. You can hardly tell what is going on with them. Like, mtu anaweza kuwa anacheka na wewe, but they're really going through a lot. You get? Kuna that type, you can't really know. Okay, unless someone comes and tells you, by the way, kuna kitu inanisumbua hivi na hivi, you can never know. Also, kuna hiyo fact that nikiona una struggle nikuje nikwambie, by the way, nimecheki siku hizi, kwani utokei form, atufanyi hii, they can hardly open up. So maybe you can tell us ways in which we can approach such people, because unajua sometimes ni ngumu. Kuna wale wenye unaenda unamwambia hivi kidogo analipuka, anasema mimi niko sawa, you know, those kind of things. You cannot just like approach them and just start telling them, but they unajua anaweza find offense, ama kuna hiyo umesema not man enough, ile kwamba watu wanaona ni kama ako weak. So how can we approach such people, and also how can we tell when someone is struggling yet they are always jovial, like akwe na bad days, good days, wako tu same. Yeah.
Now there is something called phobias, and also shutdowns. There are people who will shut down, and also they will even, you see their pattern of maybe somebody was wearing well, was decent, then all of a sudden there is a shift, even on their way of maybe decent and dressing. So now you just need to ask them, why are you nowadays not, you can ask some questions, and now also how you approach them, it really matters, because there is a way you can approach a man who is going through a lot, then you break instead of making. And now you also need to identify maybe the people that they are very close to. Not every man will be very close to maybe a lady, reaching out. And also men sometimes might be very close to their mother.
That's true.
So now there are some interventions that we cannot be able to get on our own. We might need to reach out, maybe from where they come from their roots. And we also need to understand there are some men that also have challenges because of bereavement, losses, and how people react to different issues like losses is not the same. So now what you need to identify is the catching point and where you can be able to reach out to this person. There are men that like football. And maybe in patterns where you invite them for such an occasion, you can be able to approach them.
Yeah.
And you also can treat them. For instance, you can realize that within a calendar, there's a birthday party.
Yes.
You can surprise them. And at that point, you bring in somebody that can be able to
speak to them,
to help, you know, through a talk or through an affirmation. You see, there's somebody that keeps on waiting for somebody to say that, man, wewe unajaribu.
That motivation.
Exactly, that encouragement. You know, men are just doing something and things nobody even tells them. You know, nobody is even telling them that even when they come to work early, or maybe they do something that is extraordinary from the ordinary, nobody is even telling them that, hey bosi, siku hizi umejituma. Siku hizi, and even coming up with incentives, you know, like when we were in high school, or maybe when in primary schools, I realized that the community, those people that were doing well, and in our community, they will come back and bring sanitary towels to girls.
Yes.
But now you find in that arrangement, men were not even considered. Nobody even wanted to know whether these jamas ama wanavaa boxer, you know, nobody even considered ata. So now you see that it has been a dragging effect from back then, because we went together through what we call adolescence, but then your changes were treated honorably.
Yes.
But for me, I was just left to break even and to figure out how I'm going to handle that. The other instant is that have you seen what we call the AGPO?
Yeah.
Access to government procurement opportunities?
Yes.
That certificate is given to ladies when they are youth. And when they also graduate to women, they also have the same access, right? But for me, I only can get it up to the age of 35.
No, but you can still get it afterwards. Ama nilisoma vibaya.
Inafikanga tu 35. Ikifika hapo, wewe mwanaume ujipange. So now there are so many privileges that are not available for men. So now what we need to do is we keep on encouraging them, we keep on affirming what they do, and we have a reward mechanism in the family, in the churches, and even in the community. Those reward mechanisms are going to encourage men to feel wanted.
Appreciated,
Yes. Na unajua sasa mwanaume atapigwa job na boss, aanze wewe, then apigwe home, akifika anaulizwa hakuna, you know, there is no time they are going to tell you that there is hakuna unga, hakuna chakula, hakuna. So you see all those things. They are bringing you down.
Yes.
Then shule upigiwe simu na mwalimu, school fees. You see. And you see there is something that is also a narrative that goes there. That if we have a salary of, maybe you're my wife, and your salary is 50,000 and my salary is 50,000. At kwa hiyo nyumba
tuko na 50,000.
Tuko na 50,000. So those are things. So we need to approach it, mental health, and especially men mental health. It needs to be holistic addressed. Because now, the moment we start shutting down even on opportunities, look at what is happening even in leadership and governance. Right now, if you see the opportunities that we give for leadership, as in nominations, we give them to women. See that there is that three gender. What do you call it? What do you call it? That gender rule, where we need to fill up. But who said that women cannot be competitive enough to go and find these opportunities? They are doing that.
How we don't dispute, but you also know that the society prefers male leaders to female leaders.
They don't.
No, wewe ukicompete na mwanamke sahi, si utashinda?
Not necessarily. Not necessarily.
But the percentage, probability of you winning is higher than a lady's, right?
Money is involved. Maybe it could be a monetary factor. But when it comes to numbers, women, the numbers are higher. The numbers are higher. And so many things, so many, even saizi mwizi akishikwa leo, saizi tao mwizi ashikwe, mimi ni jamaa na wewe wata reason hawata kuchoma, wata reason wakupeleke polisi, yeah. Lakini mimi taya mafuta iko wapi?
But let me ask you, who goes for that tire? Who says choma huyo mtu? Sini men.
So now is also the community. What we were saying that we also have a serious deficit of trust deficit in the society on the boy child. And this one is so much associated. Unaona hata saizi Karao police juzi niliona kwa social media, there was a policeman mwenye alipatwa akiwa drunk na out of order. But you see, we criminalize that he's not supposed to be in that state, and maybe he's struggling with an issue that nobody is seeing it. So there are so many issues that we need to address soberly, and some are even they need some medical attention, and some they need some psycho-social support.
Yes. Okay. I know that you have talked about providing, because when you umesema mimi nikiwa na 50 bwanangu ako na 50, inamaanisha tuko na 50, you don't have 100. So see, most men in the society sahi, they struggle with that aspect of providing, and it is taking a toll on their mental health. So how can that be addressed? Unajua hizi issues zote, there can always be a solution for everything, right? So how can that be addressed, you part ya providing? Because hata saizi unasikianga tu, most of the cases unasikianga online ni sijui nani huyo hana pesa, huyo haizi provide, wachana na huyo. Hata kwa domestic issues, when people are separating or mtu mwenye anakunyonga sana, hata kwa club ukiuliza mtu anakwambianga mimi bibi yangu akinipigia simu kazi tu ni pesa, mamangu akinipigia simu kutoka ushago kazi ni pesa. Like how can they like go about that issue?
Now, one thing is that I would like also to advise my fellow men is that we need to be very, very sober. Because let me tell you, if today you have 100 shilling or maybe 1,000 shilling and you have a family, you know, if you are indulging on substance abuse, the chances of you not going home with bread and milk and the basics is very high, because you might end up using the whole of that money on substance, right?
Yeah.
So you don't solve a problem by adding another problem. So if you are sober, the best approach to even handling some issues of provisions is that the little that you get is you utilize it maximally, and appropriately. And there are so many things that you are going to avoid that are recurrence, because like now bills to be paid, if you have 100, if you have a bill that is 1,000 and you pay 100 today, that bill is not 1,000, that bill is 900. You see? So that's a mechanism that you also need to develop within yourself, that the little that you get, that you can be able to solve your problems eventually.
Okay.
Yes.
Higher. On my end, I feel like some issues are avoidable za men, like hizi zenye zinafanya wako na mental health issues ni mostly boundaries issues, like they just can't say no. So for example, you have your own family, you have like 5 children, so they're all depending on you. You have siblings and you have your parents depending on you.
Yes.
So there's this issue of black tax. See, someone can be sober, vile umesema, mtu anaweza kuwa ako sober, and I try as much as possible to live within their budget, but black tax na guilt tripping hapa na pale, huyu anataka hii, huyu anataka hii, but according to me I feel like hawana hizo boundaries, hiyo lanes, like how can they address that? Because kuna vitu zingine ukisema no na you're firm on it, it can really help your mental health. Juu najua at least that one I said no to that, and kile respectfully umesema no.
You remember there is something we talked about our spiritual aspect, and this one also guides your morality, because you also need to have boundaries and self-control on your parameters. What is more responsibility for you than the other, where you have also to put priorities. Like now your children and your family, actually the word of God says that he who cannot be able to take care of his household is like a pagan.
Hiyo ni verse gani? Tusome hiyo.
Before tutoke hapa
tutafute hiyo
nitakutolea.
Okay.
So now the first responsibility is your family, your immediate family, your children. Before you move now to the nuclear, to the extended family, you've already been able to solve issues from the beginning. You see, mtoto, uhakikishe mtoto ameenda shule, mtoto amekula, mambo ya hapa within. And also there is also something else, and I don't know, you know, you also have people that are not outspoken, people that cannot be able to express themselves,
men especially.
But I would like to advise men, look for somebody that you can be able to share.
Hata kama ni a fellow man, right?
Yes, where you can be able to relieve yourself, because what kills you is what is inside, not what is coming out. So now you need to have a mechanism, because there are burnouts. In day to day you get burnouts. And also there is something I never told you. Now there are things we call opportunities. Tumesoma sisi wote, tumeenda campus, wewe ni msichana, mimi ni mwanaume. Opportunities zetu huko nje pia ziko not the same. And this is a reality. Wewe utapata job before mimi nipate, wewe already utakuwa umepata. And I don't know how it works, but things move that way. So now we also need to tell men that when it comes now to provisions and also making your ends meet, you need also to limit your what we call choices.
Okay.
Because watu wote wanataka kupata job, unasema uko na degree, think of how you can be able to work out of the box, you know. Ati because you are an engineer, mimi siwezi fanya kazi ya fundi, ya technician, na saizi hauna do, unacheki. So ni lazima pia unaanza kufikiria, how am I going fast to solve the problem that is on the table before I solve the other bigger one. Because what is piling our problems is hiyo kutojikubali. Ujue kwamba saizi niko na issue ya food, unaona, niko na shida ya rent. So the moment you solve the small issues, they will help you to solve the bigger ones as you move forward. Yes.
That's really nice actually. I think it's a good coping mechanism and strategy. You solve the small things, at least una feel hata uko encouraged. You know, as
na usiogope hata kuomba place ya kulala for now.
As long as you're working towards something.
You know, utajifanya wewe ni bazuu, uende utafute nyumba na hauwezi kulipa rent. If you can express yourself to somebody, hata unaweza, by the way, and that's why we also say your network is your net worth. Because unaweza approach msee umwambie kama uko na SQ. Unajua kuna watu wako na hao kubwa, ako na servant quota. Mwambie mimi ukinipatia hii hao, what I will be doing, nitakuwa niki clear huko nyasi weekends, lakini on easy days mimi ninaenda kuhustle. So unaona kuna vitu unaweza solve na kujiongea. You know, and you lose nothing by expressing yourself. Kama umekuja tao umekosa fare, reach out.
By the way, what is the worst can happen?
Exactly.
Tutakwambia no, it's okay.
Uko na contact kwa simu thao, contact hizo zote thao, unaogopa kupiga hiyo simu. Na what is the worst case scenario? It's either a yes or a no.
And the no cannot even kill you.
Exactly.
But I feel like watu wengi kuna ile shame, that inbuilt shame that you always have, and also the fear of rejection.
It's called the fear of the unknown. Actually, it's not the fear of rejection. It's the fear of the unknown. What are they going to say? How are they going to? And it is not here nor there. You see, because now the worst case is that ukikosa fare utalala hapa. It is worse because you will be stranded.
Yeah.
And huyu atakwambia either niko nayo ama atakwambia niko na 50 bob. This is what I can afford for now.
But you know also so that mtu akiweza ongelesha hao madonda, they're not all bad.
Exactly.
They're not all
so
bad.
So now that issue of speaking out, reaching out, every time, reach out. I would advise men, when you're struggling with food, with everything, reach out.
It actually makes a lot of sense. The worst that can happen is kuambiwa no. That is the worst that can happen.
Reach out. Yes. I used to be the chairman, AIDS Control Council in the constituency level. And men have a serious issue, even in checking their status, in their HIV status. They won't agree. And now do you know, for women, if they are going through what is called the PMTC, that is pregnant mothers testing, they have to go through that procedure.
They don't include the dads?
No, in most cases dads won't go. It's only women. When they are going through the clinics, they will be tested. You see? But men, hawezi kubali.
But why do I feel like youths today do test?
I want you to get your facts right, and you realize that men uptake to medical services is very low.
Okay. And now what are you guys doing now that you've worked with them? What
we do is you talk to them and you encourage them and you tell them also it's good to know their status, even in terms of to check on their what we call the basic health status. You see, like your blood pressure, your sugar levels, those basic checkups are very important, because if you are the breadwinner in your family and you don't know even about your health, then you see you risk the lives of even the children that you claim that you are looking for provision.
Okay, now Mimi, I'm not a man, right? How can I support my brothers, my uncles, like the men in my life? How can I support them in making sure that their mental health is okay? From my perspective, sasa wewe ni mwanaume, what will you guys like us
to do,
people who are not men, to help you in your mental health?
What we would like you to do to be there for us.
In what ways?
One is that in terms of reaching out, and unaona ile story ya kupigianga watu simu kuwajulia hali. You know, there are people that even have suicide thoughts. But kasimu tu kamoja kanampigia, anamuuliza uko aje? Aki nimekumiss. Unaendeleaje? I have stayed along without that can change. Hata namwambia leo nataka niku surprise. Unamtumia tu so aende apigwe shave. Unamwambia si nikutumie so leo niku treat, at least uende upige shave. That one. Yani simple things that you think they don't make sense.
Yeah.
Unaenda sometimes una treat bro yako unampeleka out. Hata usimpeleke place Kimbadaski. Take them to Kibandas.
Chapo beans.
Enda umnulie smocha kwa barabara mkiongea. Men want to feel that affirmation. Alafu go to their space. See what they are doing. Mwambia, maze ni wewe umetengeneza hii stuff. When im normal, they want to feel that affirmation. Yes.
Yeah.
That's what we want you to do for us.
So affirmations and these little things.
And encouragements and also reaching out, knowing about how are we doing.
Yeah.
You know, we want people to feel that whatever we do is recognized.
Yeah. So like getting involved in your life.
Exactly.
Okay. So you guys won't feel like tunawasumbua or something?
We want you to be all over our life. We want you to be all over.
Okay. That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Now,
I want you to compare your notes. Unasikianga wale mademo wanakuwa nagi, wanafuata
boyfriend
mpaka kwa club. You'll never, those men, bado unasikianga akikwambia mimi niko na mtu. Regardless wewe unaona gatuni, but huyo anajuanga ako safe.
Demengo tadipigia, you know, those kind of people. Yeah, but it's true. Yeah, they do say that. That makes sense. Also, now that you've told us how ways in which you can support, now what is the role of other men in men's mental health. So unaona kama yenyewe tumeongea kuhusu tukasema Mbogi and unaona kama wewe vile umesema hiyo story ya mtu alikutwa kiiba ama aligongesha gari yenyewe and then people came mob justice. Men are the ones that stone other men.
Yes.
It's not like sisi ndio tunakujanga tusema most cases utapata wasichana wakisema msimuue or something like that, but you guys are always on each other's necks. So what is the role of men in other men's mental health? How can you guys like make sure that your fellow man is okay?
One is establishing clubs, men clubs, whereby we meet, we chat, and we have similar challenges, and I would encourage men to join men clubs.
Ziko, by the way.
Ziko kwa churches, those are fellowships, men fellowships. Ziko mpaka kwa clubs, watu wanaenda wanacheza golf, kuna wengine wanacheza futa, kuna wengine wanacheza volleyball. Those clubs, never isolate yourself as a man.
Okay. Umesikia hiyo, don't isolate yourself as a man.
Make sure that hata unasikianga hiyo zinaitwa road trip. Zingine zinaitangwa, unasikia hizo road trip. Siku hizi hata madem ndio wanaenda road trips kuliko men. We need to start encouraging our men to be on those activities, because what happens is they engage them. Hata gym.
Yeah, gym.
Hata waende kwa gym, because akiwa kwa gym thoughts zina reduce, because hiyo kusumbuana na kuinua chuma bado ina engage.
Yeah. That's nice.
So and also networks. Ensuring that wacha tu kama wewe ni mwanaume usiomoke peke yako. Share what you're doing so that also other men can benefit, because some of the problems that men are facing big time is financial crunches. Ni kukosa do. So ukinionyesha form nitatengeneza do, nita reduce mambo ya mental health. Yes.
And also umeongea kuhusu hiyo point ya wafai kukuwa selective, they should be open-minded on the kind of jobs.
Yes.
Amerudia mara ya pili, guys. I hope mmesikia. Don't be selective, just be open-minded. I think most of the problems that people face, especially men, they can be solved by money.
By the way, niko surprise. Mimi unaweza nipata State House, nimevaa suti, nimedunga suti. Juzi tulikuwa na hiyo function, ilikuwa hapa, tuliinvitiwa na National Youth Council. President wa France alikuwa.
Africa Summit. Africa Forward.
Now, it ended on Tuesday. Wednesday, nilikuwa site, nimevaa apron, nikihang camera. Cause do ikikuwa kwa mfuko, haiitwi jina ingine. Inaitwa do. So, it does not matter. Kama unaweza pata do, kwenda site alafu udunge poa uende in another, do it. And you see, when you get to that cycle of the men that introduced an art that you can do with your hands, men also want to support others when you wanaweza wako na kitu kengine wanafanyanga apart from, si unaona wase mpaka wako kwa employment, wako job huku all over kwa maofisi, lakini wakijaribu kusqueeze payslip haitoshi. Ni kweli, lakini kama uko na kitu kengine Kenya unafanya hustle ako. And let me ask you, what is the worst case scenario if there is a neighbor that is wealthy in your hood na ako na gari 3 na unamwambia sato na kwa nikikuosha hizo gari 3 unanipatia dhao, hiyo dhao inakusaidia kukuja tao next week.
The whole week you are sorted.
What is the worst case?
So we should be creative.
Yes.
Okay.
And many channels of income doesn't break a bone.
That's true. That makes sense. So at least you may learn that we should be open-minded. Tafuta side hustles, jitume. Now, as we end the sessions, maybe you can tell the men, especially the youths, on maybe something that has been driving you, like wewe kitu yenye huwa inakusukuma, and also just one word, like in general, that they can take home from today's session.
Now, there is a word in the Bible, in the book of Ecclesiastes. It's called Ecclesiastes.
Yes.
That's what they call it. I think it's 9:11 or 11:9.
Hiyo cha niandike chini nitaisoma nikimaliza.
Maybe
Ecclesiastes.
Yeah, I think it's 9:11 or 11:9. 9:11. Probably it's 9:11. Let me see whether I have it. I think it's going to help somebody. You already there?
Oh, let me. Ecclesiastes.
Yeah. Yeah, Ecclesiastes is somewhere next to the Proverbs. Now, let's see whether it's 9:11. Yeah, this is what he says. That I returned and saw under the sun that the race is not for the swift, nor the battle for the strong, neither yet bread to the wise, nor yet riches for the men of understanding, nor yet favor for the men of skills, but time and chance happens to them all. Opportunities are there for us all, and all we just need to be is optimistic. Keep going. That is the parting shot. Keep going. Don't stop. The moment you stop, no opportunities are going to come your way. But as long as you're moving, you'll find
something. Yeah. That's really nice. I love that. Ecclesiastes 9:11.
Yes.
Usisahau kusoma hiyo Bible verse.
It's
and thank you so
important.
much for that.
Yes.
I think it's the first time we've gotten a Bible verse from the session. Ni mara ya kwanza tumesomewa Bible. We'll put it down on the screen.
Yes.
So that they don't forget. Tutawaandikia hapo kwa screen ndio ikuwe your guiding force.
Yes.
So that is a very powerful conversation. I've really loved how you have said it. Mwongea about sobriety. You say that you should be open-minded. We should get involved. We should talk about the issues that we are facing. I hope wanaume mmesikia. It has been a very good session. Mimi nimelearn a lot from it, and I hope that you've also learned a lot from it. And as we come to the end of the session, I would like to thank you for honoring the invite to come and speak to the youth of Kenya. And we hope that you come back many more times. You're very insightful. Like kuna ungekuwa Gen Z tungekuita wewe ni mhenga. Yeah, like you have a lot of wisdom. And for the youth of Kenya, asanteni sana kwa kutusikiza. Remember to comment, share, subscribe. Also, we have several programs in the National Youth Council. Kama vile mongea kuhusu jobs, we have for at 4. We do post at every 4 o'clock. We post for opportunities, so you can always check our social media pages. That is NYC_Youth Voice on Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, all social media platforms mtatupata huko. So thank you so much for the session today. Na msisahau kulike. Bye.